It is Thursday, April 8th, 2021, about 9:32 a.m., and this is my dream summary. Just little bits of things in my dreams. I went to bed around 12:30 last night after pigging out on food, after staying up after my charity board meeting for some reason, and my CPAP machine's been causing real troubles. I think I woke up around 6, and I realized, the whole seal is coming apart. I think I was using an older mask because the other one's broken, so I need to get new masks. And I sat there trying to tape up, and I was able to tape up one of them. Went to sleep for another 3 hours. So I think my dreams are from the second part of my sleep. One thing I remember is giving someone a tour. I don't remember who, but someone a tour of my old neighborhood, condo I lived in for 8 years before my most recent one. And I was pointing out, I don't know, there was a couple of big condo towers, and I'm like, I lived in that brown one, the short brown one or something. It was across the street, like, and they're like, oh, and then I was showing them another brick loft. I was like, where's the one? There's one with a backyard, like a nice backyard, and I'm like, we were in some alley, and I'm like, this isn't the one, because I knew a girl that had a loft, like an old brick loft, and it had sort of a back patio, but it was sort of right beside another building, so it didn't get a lot of sun. So we were in some narrow alley, and I'm like, no, I think it's another building nearby, because this one just has a tiny little patio, and there's another wall right here. Like, there's no sun at all. Why would you ever want that? And we were looking at it, and there was just like some people just had garbage on their little strip of patio, like just broken furniture or something. I'm like, of course you wouldn't fix this up. What could you use this for? I guess you wanted to come out and smoke, or if you were hot and you wanted to be just outside, maybe you could put a little tent out here. I don't know what it'd be useful for. And then I think maybe we found the other loft. I'm like, I think that was it. I don't know if we ever went into the back to show, cause where she had the bigger patios. And then I was in some apartment. I was at like the front manning a desk or something, and then I went to use the washroom, but then I went through the wrong door because there was another sort of big bedroom and there was a woman in there. I'm like, oh, sorry. She was asleep or something. I'm like, I went through the wrong door, and then I came back, and then I was greeting people who were coming in or something to the apartment. I was like, I don't know what that was about. And then I was talking to a little kid. There was like a commercial, or somebody had bought a kid a little toy, and I was like, oh, and then I saw a little commercial for a toy that was like a stuffed computer, like and then the computer, like the baby touches the screen, and the screen changes to somebody on a Zoom call, uh, and it was just like it was like, I guess it was a toy for kids in the pandemic or something. And then I was at a high school. I remember walking into the high school, the big classroom. There was like 3 people competing for some kind of comedy contest, and I was watching the 3 videos or something. And one of them was a singer, and his name was The Weeknd or something. And it said he sang a little song, but then his bio was the joke, and it was like, The Weeknd is better because it's only 2 days or something. It was some joke about his name. And then the second joke, was it me or something? I can't remember the second one right now. It's already fading. But the third one was like a high school kid. So I went, but I had to see it live. So I went to this classroom, and I'm sitting in the class, and I guess the kid showed his video or something. I remember it was this big, sort of white room, kind of bright. And somehow I saw his video, and it was him like telling some bad joke and then looking at the camera or something. And then everybody looked to me to see what I thought of it, and I'm like, and I acted like it was just awful. I was like, oh God, I can't watch this. I gotta go. I can't deal with this. And I storm out, and I was trying to be all funny, and they were like, ha ha ha, look how bad the joke was. And then I was standing sort of in the hallway by the doors, the front glass doors, and I'm like looking at the 3 videos. I'm like, maybe I can give each one a prize, like, rather than picking the best, because I mean, everybody's comedy is different. So maybe say the Weeknd one is best pun, and then that kid is like best performed joke, and then I can't remember who the third joke was. This is only like a few seconds ago I woke up, and I can't remember who the third joke was, but I guess it doesn't matter. And then I sort of woke up and I just thought about, wow, what if I was like a teacher in front of a class? Like, and then I started picturing myself as a professor and like being in one of those rooms where the seats go up all the way. And I was just had this wave of regret. Like, oh my God, like if you were a professor, you'd be like a star. You'd be sitting there and everything you'd say would be, entertaining. People would have to sit there and listen to you. Um, and then I had this wave of regret that, you know, I just stopped. I didn't do a master's or whatever, and I didn't push my brain. And then forever, I was in advertising and stuff, and I just felt like, why am I with people that aren't as smart as me? And this job isn't smart, and nobody knows what they're doing, and none of it makes any sense. And I just wasn't pushing my brain. I was just atrophying, and that's why I was so upset and looking for a different job. Basically, my whole career, always like, can I get into radio? Can I get into anything? Like even 10 years into it, I was like, and then somebody said, "Yeah, that's the 10-year itch." I was asking some audio house guy, but I don't think everybody's supposed to have a 10-year itch to get out of the business. If I was a professor, I'd always be thinking about new things. Anyways, and then I was like, "Stop it! Just get up. The stock market's open. Look at the stocks. Do what you can do today. Teach people online. Do an online show, something like that." So maybe instead of just talking to my phone like this, I'll just go live. And I don't know. But you just got to live in the present. All right, there's today's dream summary.